In the distant future, Earth stands at the mercy of a ruthless galactic empire that has conquered countless planets. Their latest mission, to abduct 5 pregnant women from Earth, each carrying the key to creating a new hybrid generation. Super soldiers meant to dominate the galaxy. The women are taken, their cries echoing to the cosmos, and the world holds its breath. But humanity is not without its secrets. From the depths of forgotten legends, 2 ancient forces stir. Baba Yaga, the witch of Slavic myth, awakens from her timeless slumber in the heart of Eastern Europe, and in the shadows of America, the Boogeyman, the embodiment of fear itself, rises once more. As the Galactic Empire tightens its grip, humanity's last hope lies not in technology, but in ancient magic and terror. With the fate of Earth hanging by a thread, Baba Yaga and the Boogeyman are unleashed, ready to face the Empire's cold, calculated power with something far darker. Fear, rage, and a thirst for revenge. But in this battle of ancient magic versus cold science, who will survive, and who will fall prey to their own darkest fears? Hashtag opening scene. The cold reach of the Galactic Empire. The story opens with a desolate view of Earth from space, a planet teeming with life, yet caught in the relentless grasp of a galactic empire that has enslaved countless worlds. The Empire's ships, sleek and ominous, darken the skies above Earth, their purpose clear and merciless, to extract the most vital resource of all, human life. The scene shifts to the Galactic Empire's command center, where a cold, calculating figure sits upon a throne of chrome and steel. Queen Zalissa, a ruler who sees the universe as her playground. The Queen is obsessed with perfecting her hybrid army, and Earth's rich genetic diversity is the key. She gives the order. The 5 pregnant women are to be taken, their pregnancies a vital part of the Empire's breeding program. As the countdown begins, fleets of ships descend upon various regions of Earth, each one targeting a different pregnant woman from across the globe. The Empire's soldiers, clad in advanced battle gear, land with pinpoint precision, raiding homes, hospitals, and public spaces to seize their targets. There is no room for mercy or negotiation, only cold, brutal efficiency. Hashtag character focus. The 5 women. 1. Maria, a determined activist from Latin America. Maria is known for her fierce advocacy for social justice. She is pregnant with twins, both of whom possess extraordinary potential for intelligence and strength. Her mission is to fight for the rights of the marginalized, and she is not ready to be silenced, even by the Empire. 2. Amina, a brilliant scientist from Africa. Amina is carrying a child that has been genetically enhanced for adaptability. Her work has helped advance the understanding of human biology, and the Empire has kept an eye on her research for years. 3. Sophia, a celebrated opera singer from Europe. Sophia carries a child whose voice frequencies are rumored to have sonic power. Her child is viewed as a key to unlocking emotional manipulation in warfare. 4. Zara, a former soldier from Asia. Zara's unborn child is destined to be a tactical genius, potentially altering the very strategy of war. Zara herself is an expert in hand-to-hand combat and weapons training. 5. Lena, a quiet woman from the Middle East. Lena is pregnant with a child possessing the rare ability to manipulate time. The Empire sees her as the final piece of the puzzle, as this child holds the key to bending the flow of history. Each of these women comes from different backgrounds, but their futures are now intertwined. They have no idea why the Empire has targeted them, nor do they fully understand the consequences of their abduction. Hashtag the abduction. Chaos and resistance. As the ships descend, the resistance begins to stir. Small pockets of humans, from ragtag military factions to secret underground groups, attempt to stop the invaders. The Earthlings are outgunned and outmatched, but they fight with everything they have. Explosions tear through the air as resistance fighters engage with the Empire's cold, calculating soldiers. Their efforts are futile, however, as the Empire's technology overpowers human ingenuity. Maria, who is nearly in the final stages of her pregnancy, fights fiercely when soldiers burst into her home. She manages to wound one before she's captured, but not without leaving behind a cryptic message that will be heard across the globe. They are breeding a new species, and we are nothing but pawns. In the chaos, Amina attempts to escape, but is caught while attempting to destroy her research the Empire deems too dangerous. Sophia, amidst the screams and terror of her abduction, tries to sing to rally those around her, her voice causing the Empire's soldiers to falter, if only for a moment. Zara, however, is the most dangerous of the five. She takes down two of the soldiers in a fierce display of combat before she is subdued. Lena, who has always been quiet and observant, is taken without a fight. Her child potential is too great for the Empire to risk resistance. It's only after her capture that she realizes the true purpose of her child's abilities, to manipulate the very fabric of time and space. ###### the aftermath. Humanity in crisis. As the five women are taken into the Empire's grasp, humanity begins to reel. News reports flood the airwaves. Governments worldwide hold emergency meetings, but they are powerless. The Galactic Empire has already made its move. People fear for their future, not just for the women, but for the very survival of Earth itself. Yet, amidst the despair, hope begins to form. From the shadows, a small but determined group of ancient mystics and scholars begins to gather. They believe that the key to humanity's survival lies in the forgotten legends of old, legends that speak of beings older than the stars themselves. Baba Yaga, the ancient witch, and the Boogeyman, a being of terror and vengeance, whose name has been whispered by children for centuries. Conflict and dilemma ****. As the women are transported away from Earth, a series of communications take place between the Empire's Queen Zelissa and her high-ranking commanders. It becomes clear that these women are not mere breeding vessels. They are integral to a larger experiment. The Empire intends to use their children not just as weapons, but as the next rulers of the galaxy. The potential for creating a new ruling class based on hybrid genetics is within their grasp, and Earth will become nothing more than a colony, controlled by the Empire's new breed of superhuman soldiers. For the first time in millennia, Earth faces annihilation, not from alien invaders, but from its own bloodline, twisted and remade to serve the Empire's will. The call to action ****. With the women now in the hands of the Empire, the last remnants of humanity must decide whether to surrender and accept their fate or to fight back, even against impossible odds. The stage is set for the arrival of forces from beyond this world, forces that will change the course of the war and shape the fate of Earth. As whispers of Baba Yaga and the Boogeyman spread, humanity finds hope in the most unlikely of places, ancient magic and the fear that has haunted mankind for generations. ##### opening scene. The world holds its breath. The Earth trembles with a sense of loss. Humanity is at the brink of despair, knowing that their last hope has been taken away by the cold, calculating Galactic Empire. Yet, in the deepest corners of the planet, something stirs. Whispers of an ancient power begin to spread through hidden circles of mystics, scholars, and spiritualists. Stories of beings who once controlled nature itself, whose magic transcended the boundaries of time and space. As humanity faces its darkest hour, the unlikeliest of saviors stir. Baba Yaga, the ancient witch, and the Boogeyman, a creature born from the darkest corners of the human mind. These figures were once legends, feared and revered by those who knew their names. ##### the awakening of Baba Yaga. In a secluded forest deep within the heart of Eastern Europe, a powerful ritual begins. A group of Slavic mystics, led by Anya, a powerful witch with the blood of the old world running through her veins, begins an ancient incantation. The ritual calls upon Baba Yaga, the ancient and powerful witch who once roamed the vast forests of the East, her hut perched upon chicken legs, capable of taking flight at will. Known for her control over life, death, and the elements, Baba Yaga had long been dormant, but the incantation stirs something deep within the earth, a raw, primordial magic. As the ritual reaches its peak, the earth quakes and the ground splits open. From the depths of the forest emerges a terrifying figure. Baba Yaga, clad in tattered robes and with eyes glowing with an ancient, untamed power. Her appearance is both awe-inspiring and terrifying, her form constantly shifting between that of a beautiful woman and a monstrous, terrifying creature. She looks around at the mystics who dared awaken her, her voice like the wind howling through the trees. Baba Yaga, You dare call me from my slumber? What is it that you seek, mortal? Anya, trembling but resolute, steps forward. She speaks of the Empire's invasion, the abduction of the 5 pregnant women, and the fate of Earth hanging in the balance. Baba Yaga listens, her eyes narrowing with fury. Baba Yaga. These fools think they can tame the Earth, but they do not understand the forces they toy with. I will show them what happens when they awaken the wrath of the ancient world. With a flick of her fingers, Baba Yaga calls forth the forces of nature. Lightning cracks the sky. Trees uproot themselves and grow at an alarming pace. The winds howl with unrestrained fury. Her power is unmatched, and she vows to help humanity, but on one condition. She will not be bound by their rules. Hashtag the awakening of the boogeyman. Across the ocean, in the heart of America, a group of military scientists working in the shadows are tasked with investigating mysterious disappearances and the supernatural. Their research leads them to an ancient, dark force, a being known only as the boogeyman. The creature thrives on fear and terror, taking form from the darkest thoughts and nightmares of those who dare believe in it. In a top-secret underground lab hidden in the heart of the American Midwest, a group of scientists work to unlock the secrets of this entity. They conduct rituals and experiments, unknowingly awakening the boogeyman from his long, dormant slumber. As the ritual reaches its conclusion, the lights flicker and the air grows thick with dread. Suddenly, the shadows in the room start to move on their own, coalescing into a dark, menacing figure. The boogeyman emerges, his form ever-changing, shifting between a humanoid shape and a shadowy mass of fear, with glowing eyes that pierce the darkness. His presence fills the room with a sense of absolute terror. The scientists, terrified but determined to harness his power, attempt to control him. But the boogeyman is not a being to be controlled. He is a force of nature, an embodiment of primal fear. He speaks, his voice echoing through the room, a chilling whisper that sends shivers down the spine of every person present. The boogeyman. You wish to summon me, but you do not understand. I am fear itself. You cannot tame what you do not fear. In an instant, the scientists are overwhelmed by visions of their deepest nightmares, their minds shattered by the force of the boogeyman's presence. He takes pleasure in their terror, growing stronger with each scream, each fleeting moment of fear. However, amid the chaos, a single voice calls to him, a voice from the past, one that had long since been forgotten by the world. Captain Blake, a former military officer turned rebel leader, reaches out to the boogeyman. Blake knows the entity's true purpose, to feed on fear and unleash terror upon those who dare to threaten the world. With a command that reaches deep into the boogeyman's very essence, Blake demands that he stop the Empire's tyranny. Captain Blake, this world is under threat. Your power is the only thing that can stop them. Help us, boogeyman, and you will have all the fear you can consume. The boogeyman's eyes gleam with malice. He agrees, but his help comes with a heavy price. Fear will reign and none shall escape his grasp. Hashtag conflict and dilemma. The power and the price. As Baba Yaga and the boogeyman begin to prepare for their fight against the Galactic Empire, their presence begins to cause unease across the globe. The natural world grows wilder and more unpredictable, and the atmosphere thickens with a sense of foreboding. The ground trembles as Baba Yaga bends nature to her will, and shadows grow longer as the boogeyman stalks those who are weak or fearful. The global resistance, now united under the banner of these ancient forces, faces an impossible choice: to use Baba Yaga and the boogeyman's power to defeat the Empire, or to risk unleashing forces that could destroy the very fabric of reality itself. But humanity is running out of time. The Galactic Empire is preparing for a final push, and the women they have abducted are nearing the moment of their children's birth, children who hold the key to the Empire's future. Hashtag the call to arms. The resistance mobilizes. Baba Yaga and the boogeyman, now fully awakened and bound to the mission of saving Earth, prepare for war. The resistance moves quickly to harness the power of these ancient forces, gathering supplies, weapons, and the few remaining warriors willing to stand against the might of the Galactic Empire. But there's a looming uncertainty. While Baba Yaga's power is immense, she is not bound by human morals, and the boogeyman thrives on chaos. Their involvement could save Earth, or bring about its end. With the ancient powers awakened, humanity's only hope now lies in the hands of the resistance. Baba Yaga and the Boogeyman stand ready, but the consequences of their interference will reshape the world in ways no one can predict. The final battle is about to begin, and the Empire's grip on Earth is about to be shattered, unless the ancient powers themselves tear the world apart in the process. Hashtag, 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 hashtag opening scene. The calm before the storm. Earth stands on the precipice of destruction, the calm before the storm almost suffocating in its stillness. The Galactic Empire, confident in its victory, prepares for its final strike. With the 5 pregnant women safely in their custody and the hybrid children growing within them, the Empire's queen, Zelissa, believes that the future of the galaxy is firmly in her grasp. The women are kept in stasis, their unborn children protected in state-of-the-art technology while being studied for their potential. But what the Empire doesn't realize is that 2 ancient forces, Baba Yaga and the Boogeyman, are on the move. Their very presence in the world causes rifts in reality, twisting the natural order and fueling the resistance with an unstoppable fervor. The Empire soldiers begin to feel the shift in the air, a feeling they cannot explain, but one that fills them with dread. Hashtag, 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 hashtag Baba Yaga's wrath. Nature unleashed. In the forests of Eastern Europe, Baba Yaga begins her work. Her magic is far beyond anything the Empire has encountered. She does not strike with brute force, but with subtlety, manipulating the very elements themselves. She bends a natural world to her will, summoning storms that flood entire cities, causing earthquakes that shake the foundations of the Empire's most fortified positions. Baba Yaga does not just fight with raw power. She fights with strategy. She targets the Empire's resources, their food supplies, their infrastructure, their communication lines. She turns nature itself into a weapon, setting forests ablaze, flooding agricultural lands, and spreading deadly plagues through crops. Her work is a whisper, a shadow that strikes at the heart of the Empire's control. Her influence spreads like a virus. Across the globe, animals begin to act strangely. Wolves gather in massive packs, birds form swarms that blot out the sun, and insects swarm in unnatural numbers. The Earth itself is rebelling, and the Empire is helpless to stop it. Hashtag, 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 hashtag the Boogeyman's terror. Fear and destruction. While Baba Yaga manipulates nature, the Boogeyman focuses on the one thing the Empire cannot fight: fear. He thrives on the terror he instills in others, and now, as the Empire's soldiers march across Earth, he becomes their worst nightmare. The Boogeyman stalks the Empire's ranks, feeding on the fear of the soldiers, growing stronger with each passing moment. He appears in the shadows, in darkened alleys, in the corners of every soldier's mind. His presence is felt before it is seen, an oppressive weight that hangs in the air, a chill down the spine that no one can escape. Soldiers hear whispers in the dark, see shadows that move out the corner of their eyes, and feel hands creeping around their throats. The Boogeyman does not kill with weapons. He kills with terror. As fear spreads through the Empire's forces, their unity begins to crack. Soldiers begin to turn on each other, their minds unraveling under the pressure of their own nightmares. The Boogeyman feeds off this panic, growing more powerful, and with every person he drives mad, the Empire's grip on Earth slips further. Hashtag, 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 hashtag the resistance, uniting for the final stand. Amidst the chaos, the resistance begins to organize. Humanity, now fully aware that their only hope lies in ancient magic and raw fear, comes together under a single banner. Rebel factions from all over the world, soldiers, mystics, and ordinary citizens, rally together to fight back against the Empire. The leader of the resistance, Captain Blake, a former soldier with a deep understanding of military strategy, is now working alongside the ancient forces. Blake understands that the battle against the Empire is not just physical, it's psychological. The Empire soldiers may have the best technology, but they are no match for the primal powers that Baba Yaga and the Boogeyman bring to the table. Captain Blake leads the charge, with his team of elite fighters, mystics, and scientists, helping to unite the forces of Earth. They are joined by the resurrected mythological figures, each bringing their unique abilities to the war effort. Blake knows the true battle will take place not in the streets, but in the mind, where the real war for Earth's soul is being fought. Hashtag, 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 hashtag the battlefront. Clash of two worlds. The Resistance launches a series of coordinated attacks on the Empire's key strongholds. These are not just military strikes. They are guerrilla warfare fueled by Baba Yaga's magical influence and the Boogeyman's terror. 1. The first strike, the siege of the Empire's Eastern Command. The Resistance, aided by Baba Yaga's magic, begins its assault on the Empire's Eastern Command Center. As the attack begins, Baba Yaga calls upon the elements, sending massive waves crashing into the city, flooding the Empire's base. Lightning strikes the buildings, and massive trees rise from the ground, blocking the Empire's escape routes. The Empire's forces, unprepared for such an attack, scramble to defend themselves. As the battle rages, the Boogeyman slips into shadows, feeding off the soldiers' terror. One by one, soldiers begin to break down, falling to their knees, paralyzed by fear. The Boogeyman's whispers echo in their minds, and soon the entire command center is in disarray. The Resistance moves in, capturing key intelligence that will help them defeat the Empire's most formidable weapon, the hybrid children. 2. The second strike, the City of Light. The Resistance next targets the Empire's capital, known as the City of Light, a gleaming metropolis built to showcase the Empire's technological superiority. The city is a beacon of Empire power, and the Resistance knows it must fall to break the Empire's morale. The Boogeyman appears once again, this time taking the form of the children's nightmares. He stalks the streets, turning the city into a landscape of pure terror. Citizens, once proud and loyal to the Empire, begin to rebel, driven by the fear that the Boogeyman instills. The city's walls crumble as the Resistance takes advantage of the fear-driven chaos, breaking through the Empire's defenses. Hashtag, 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 hashtag the turning point, the hybrid children's birth. As the battle rages on, the 5 pregnant women, held captive by the Empire, approach the moment of their children's birth. The Empire believes the children will be the ultimate weapon, genetically engineered to be the perfect soldiers, stronger and smarter than any human could ever be. However, as the moment draws near, a strange energy begins to pulse within the women. The magic of Baba Yaga and the terror of the Boogeyman have affected the children in ways the Empire never predicted. These children are not just hybrids. They are beings born of both ancient magic and human resilience. They will not be tools for the Empire. They will be humanity's salvation. In a moment of sheer desperation, the women break free from their stasis pods, their powers awakening as they go into labor. As the children are born, the entire Empire's plan begins to unravel. The babies, each with unique abilities derived from both magic and science, bond with their mothers in ways that cannot be explained. They are the future, an embodiment of humanity's last chance. Hashtag the turning point, the hybrid children's birth. As the battle rages on, the 5 pregnant women, held captive by the Empire, approach the moment of their children's birth. The Empire believes the children will be the ultimate weapon, genetically engineered to be the perfect soldiers, stronger and smarter than any human could ever be. However, as the moment draws near, a strange energy begins to pulse within the women. The magic of Baba Yaga and the terror of the Boogeyman have affected the children in ways the Empire never predicted. These children are not just hybrids. They are beings born of both ancient magic and human resilience. They will not be tools for the Empire. They will be humanity's salvation. In a moment of sheer desperation, the women break free from their stasis pods, their powers awakening as they go into labor. As the children are born, the entire Empire's plan begins to unravel. The babies, each with unique abilities derived from both magic and science, bond with their mothers in ways that cannot be explained. They are the future, an embodiment of humanity's last chance. Hashtag, 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 hashtag the final battle. Clash of Titans. With the Empire's forces in disarray and the birth of the hybrid children a game changer, the final confrontation begins. Baba Yaga, in her full wrath, leads the charge, while the Boogeyman unleashes his power, turning the very fabric of reality against the Empire. The Resistance, now empowered by the ancient forces, launches a full-scale assault on the Empire's flagship, which hovers above Earth, preparing to destroy the planet. The Empire fights back with everything it has: advanced weapons, powerful energy fields, and genetically enhanced soldiers. But in the face of Baba Yaga's elemental fury and the Boogeyman's terror, even the Empire's might falters. As the two forces clash in a spectacular battle of magic, fear, and technology, humanity's survival is no longer in question. The question is no longer whether they will win, but at what cost? The war for Earth ***. The battle has only just begun, and the final outcome remains uncertain. As Baba Yaga and the Boogeyman unleash their full power, Earth's fate lies in the balance. Will humanity survive the onslaught of the Empire, or will the ancient forces destroy the world in the process? Opening scene: the Empire's last stand ***. Above Earth, in the cold void of space, the Galactic Empire's flagship looms. The Sovereign, an immense warship, hovers above the planet, bristling with weapons and defenses. Its sleek exterior is a testament to the Empire's technological supremacy, and its command center is bathed in cold, sterile light. Queen Zelissa, the leader of the Empire, stands before a vast hollow display, watching Earth as her fleet prepares to launch the final assault on the planet below. Her mind is sharp, calculating, her resolve unwavering. She believes victory is assured. The 5 pregnant women, now transformed into mere vessels for the Empire's new super soldiers, are nearing the final stages of their transformation. The Empire has everything it needs to seize control of Earth and, eventually, the galaxy. But as she watches the planet, something shifts. A disturbance, an unnatural force, seems to tug at the fabric of reality itself. She feels at first as a chill in the air, then as a low hum that shakes the foundations of her ship. It is as if the Earth itself is alive and pushing back against the Empire's grasp. She dismisses it as a mere anomaly until she hears the voice. Queen Zelissa, what is this? What has caused this disturbance? Her commanders exchange nervous glances. A voice, a whisper, reaches her mind. Baba Yaga, ***, you have no place here, Queen. You'll feel the Earth's wrath. Your rule ends now. ***, the Earth shakes. The Boogeyman unleashed ***. Meanwhile, on Earth, the final battle begins. The combined forces of the Resistance, bolstered by Baba Yaga's primal magic and the Boogeyman's terror, descend upon the Empire's strongholds. The Boogeyman walks among them, his presence like a shadow over the battlefield. His very existence distorts reality. Wherever he steps, the air grows heavy with dread, and soldiers' minds fracture, their visions becoming twisted with fear. No one is immune. In the heart of the Resistance's final assault, Captain Blake and his elite team infiltrate the Empire's command structure, pushing toward a location where the 5 women are being held. The task is clear: rescue the women, destroy the Empire's hybrid soldiers, and force Queen Zelissa's forces to retreat. But this is not just a mission. It is a race against time, as the Empire's final weapon grows stronger with each passing minute. Captain Blake, we're running out of time. Get to the women. We need to stop this before it's too late. As Blake speaks, the skies above the battlefield darken, and a voice, ancient commanding, echoes across the land. Baba Yaga, ***, I call upon the winds, the storms, and the fire. Earth will rise against you. Empire, let the world shake with fury. ***, the storm of the century strikes. Unprecedented hurricanes tear through coastal cities. Tornadoes rip through military camps, and lightning strikes like spears in the heavens, disrupting the Empire's communication systems and disorienting their forces. With every blast of wind, with every crack of thunder, the Boogeyman feeds, his strength growing as the fear among the Empire's soldiers spreads like wildfire. The Empire's soldiers are no match for the primal fury of nature and the unrelenting terror brought forth by the Boogeyman. They break ranks, turning on each other in a panic, as the supernatural forces overwhelm them. Resistance fighters, though weary, press on, using this moment of chaos to advance deeper into enemy territory. The battle on the Sovereign, Baba Yaga versus Queen Zelissa ***. As the earth below is ravaged, the true battle begins to unfold. Baba Yaga, having manipulated the elements to her will, ascends from the surface of the planet. Her presence, unearthly and terrifying, appears on the Sovereign in the blink of an eye. The air shimmers around her as the witch, with her ancient powers, materializes aboard the Empire's flagship. Queen Zelissa, standing tall and composed, finally comes face to face with her greatest adversary. The dark magic of Baba Yaga is like nothing the Empire has ever faced. The Queen's expression remains unyielding, but her eyes betray the fear that rises in her heart. Queen Zelissa, you are nothing more than a relic of an ancient age. You will fall before the might of the Empire, which... Baba Yaga's lips curl into a smile, a wretched grin full of ancient wisdom. Baba Yaga, it is you who do not understand, Queen. Your empire is built upon the bones of forgotten worlds, but you cannot control what you do not comprehend. I am nature's wrath. I am the storm, the fire, the earth itself. And today, you will witness the true power of the universe. With a flick of her wrist, Baba Yaga summons a storm inside the Sovereign's command center. Lightning arcs across the room, striking the ship's systems, causing sparks to fly and alarms to blare. The Queen's soldiers scramble to react, but they are overwhelmed by the witch's power. The battle between Zelissa and Baba Yaga escalates as the Queen draws upon the last reserves of the Empire's technology. She channels a cosmic energy weapon, aiming it at Baba Yaga. The beam of concentrated energy rips through the air, but Baba Yaga effortlessly redirects it, twisting the energy with her magic and sending it back toward the Queen's throne. The battle becomes one of sheer force versus cunning. The Queen's technological might cannot match the primal, untamed force of Baba Yaga's magic. The fight shakes the very foundations of the ship, and the very walls themselves begin to crack under the strain of their cosmic struggle. The hybrid children, the key to victory asterisk. As the battle rages on, the 5 women, now fully aware of their children's power, join forces. Their children, born of both human and ancient magic, are not just soldiers. They are the bridge between humanity's survival and the Empire's total domination. Their abilities are beyond anything the Empire anticipated. One by one, the women, empowered by their children, break free from their captivity. The hybrid children begin to awaken their latent abilities, Maria's twins, with intelligence far beyond human comprehension, create psychic shields to protect their mothers and resistance. Amina's child, with the power to manipulate biological processes, heals wounds and regenerates energy. Sophia's child, with a voice that can manipulate sound waves, shatters the ship's reinforced shields. Zara's tactical genius leads the resistance in a coordinated strike, allowing them to take down key components of the flagship. And Lena's child, who can manipulate time, rewinds moments of destruction, giving the resistance brief windows of opportunity. With their combined powers, the hybrid children force the Sovereign into a state of disarray. The Empire's once indomitable fortress is now a vessel of chaos, with the very technology meant to control them turning against its creators. The final battle, victory at a cost asterisk. As the last of the Empire's forces retreat, the Boogeyman strikes at the heart of the Empire's leadership. No longer a mere figure of terror, he has become a symbol of humanity's resilience. He hunts down the remaining high-ranking officers of the Empire, ensuring that their reign will never be revived. His presence has shattered their minds, and those who survive are left broken, crippled by the overwhelming terror he has instilled in them. Captain Blake stands at the helm of the final resistance charge, watching as the Empire's forces crumble. But his victory is bittersweet. The cost of war has been immense. Earth has been ravaged, the very fabric of reality torn asunder. The presence of Baba Yaga and the Boogeyman, while necessary, has destabilized the world in ways that may take generations to heal. As the Empire retreats and Earth's skies begin to clear, Blake looks to the future. Captain Blake, we've won, but at what cost? The dawn of a new era asterisk. The final confrontation has ended, but Earth's struggle is far from over. The forces of ancient magic and primal fear have shattered the Empire's hold, but they have also left the planet forever changed. The hybrid children, born from the heart of this conflict, hold the key to a new future. But what kind of world will they inherit? As the Boogeyman vanishes into the shadows and Baba Yaga retreats back into the depths of the earth, humanity must rebuild and face the questions